It's film room time, and on today's episode, we're taking a look at one of the top quarterbacks in the 2023 NFL Draft, and that is Kentucky's Will Levis. If you're not familiar with what I do on these videos, I'm going to take a look at different plays to just kind of illustrate the type of prospect, in this case, Will Levis is, and we're going to look and see why he is considered by some to be the number one quarterback in this draft, ahead of guys like Bryce Young and CJ Stroud, and why so many NFL scouts and teams and that are big Will Levis fans. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get into the tape. Now, the first thing that stands out to me about Will Levis is Levis he just drops back, play action, sees this guy, and it just looks like he's just tossing the ball. He has to put barely anything on that ball to get it deep. So not only can Will Levis drive the ball down the field, hit those deep passes, and you need that in today's NFL. Today's NFL, your top flight quarterbacks, they can drive the ball. They're not, noodle arm quarterbacks. We see the guys that kind of struggle or it is kind of mid. They're just distributors. The elite guys, they've got that arm strength that could push the ball down the field. On this play, what I like is Will Levis shows the ability to drive the ball in the intermediate. So once again, another play action. They run a lot of play action passes. And he's going to hit this bottom receiver. And it's going to be an incomplete pass because there's pass interference on it. But he hits this ball. And what I like also is this anticipation. As we see here, Will Levis is starting to make his throw. His arm is going back as this receiver is just starting to make his break. So the anticipation. And then he's got the ability just to drive that ball in. And I know it's like I said, it's incompletion. But as you can see here, if you watch the receiver, we've got a hold right there. And then another, and that threw off that timing. So yes, it's incomplete, pass interference, whatever you want to call it. But just that ability to throw it in. And if he didn't get held right there, the ball's still hitting off his arm. It's right on him. Could have maybe taken a little off of it, but the reason I want to show this is that he's just got that ability to drive that ball. And once again, he's not having to put a lot into it. He just makes that throw. It looks so effortless with his ability to make this just laser of a throw. And so in the NFL, when the windows get tighter and he's able to throw with anticipation, he can fit that ball in between defenders and get it to his receivers. So I've shown you Will Levis's ability to just, his massive arm talent, throwing it deep, throwing it on a line to guys. But he's much more than just kind of a see and throw type of guy. He's more than just, hey, I've got this rocket arm, I'm just going to fire it in there. He shows a lot of next level traits. And one of the things I always love to see out of college quarterbacks that make me think that they're going to take it to the next level is anticipation. So here early in the game, once again, just effortless throw. I mean, just look at the way he throws it. I mean, he's able to throw accurately. He's able to throw with velocity, just like flicking the wrist, not like he has bad mechanics or anything, but just quick flick of the wrist and that ball flies out there. But just the anticipation. This ball is coming out. It's out of his hand before that receiver is even making his break, and it just gets to him nice and easy. The cornerback is playing off, as we can kind of see once it cycles back through. The cornerback is playing off, so he knows that, hey, I don't have to hit him coming back to it. I can kind of lead him. And he actually puts this where the receiver is going forward and an ability to pick up those extra yards. So not only does it show the anticipation, but the ball placement. We talk all the time about accuracy, and being an accurate quarterback is important. But placement is a bigger thing. Where is he putting that ball? And in this case, he's putting the ball in a spot, not only with the anticipation to get his receiver open, but putting it in a spot for him to pick up extra yards. All right, we see another example of his ability to throw with the anticipation here. He's going to throw an out route to that bottom receiver. And it's not, as the last clip I showed you, that ball was out before the receiver even made his break. This one's a little bit closer. We see here he's starting to make his throw, and the receiver's starting to make his break. But once again, it's good timing. And even if the cornerback doesn't slip, this ball is going to get to him and be open. And it's just that ability, once again, that timing that he has with his receiver, the ability to throw with that anticipation. He knows, okay, he's making his cut, ball's out, easy completion. It would have been nice if the ball would have been, if you're nitpicking, the ball would have been a little bit a little bit quicker so he can maybe turn up the field because there's no one there. But, you're anticipating that he's probably going to have a cornerback on his backside and that, he's making that catch and just getting the first down. All right, so most of the clips that I've shown you have dealt more with his arm strength. And once again, he's much more than that. He's got touch on his throws too. So on this play, he's going to, once again, a lot of play action. If you didn't know, Will Levis plays, his offensive coordinator, Rich Sangrello, was quarterback's coach from Kyle Shanahan last year. The year before that, Will Levis's offensive coordinator was Liam Cohen, who's came from the Rams and is now the Rams offensive coordinator. Will Levis is running the Shanahan offense for 2 straight years. Okay, he's been playing a pro system for 2 years. Just kind of keep that in mind. But he rolls off of that play action, and he's got a defender coming there. He sees this guy open, no one really around him, and what I like here is he just throws it with that touch. It wasn't a huge lob. He just lobbed it up there, and by the time the receiver caught it, he was swarmed and didn't get any yards after catch. He's able to just flick that wrist, put a little touch on it, and get the ball out there. And it just shows that, he's got the arm strength, that he's able to drive the ball down the field, fit it in the tight windows, but he's also got the ability to throw with touch. That's a touch throw right there. Hitting that guy, yes, he's wide open, but he hits him in a good spot with no one around him as he's rolling to his right because the defender's kind of coming to him. Love the touch on this throw right here. All right, another thing that I liked about Will Levis is just his quick release. Some of these quarterbacks, they hold it tight. They have a wind up in their delivery. Not Will Levis. On this play, once again, play action. I think every single clip I've shown you is play action. And his tight end's going to be coming right here across the middle. And he just quick and easy, get the ball out. Ball comes out fast. It comes out on time. Play action. Sees this guy quick, hits him on stride, ready for yardage. And it's just that quick release. It's the timing to hit him as he's moving forward. He doesn't have to slow down. He doesn't have to reach back. And we're seeing in these clips, he's won down the field, he's won intermediate, and he can win short. All right, the last clip that I want to talk about shows, I think, not only his decision making, but just how his arm strength and his arm talent can get him out of trouble. So on this play action, he's making a hard roll out to his left, and we see this defender breaking free. And so he doesn't have much time or room to do much. And he needs to get rid of the ball. And so he's able to do that because he's got such easy arm talent. He doesn't have to step in. He doesn't have to get his feet set. With his basically flick of a wrist, he's able to put that ball almost up into the stands where no one can catch it, no one can intercept it. He doesn't have time to see a receiver potentially, and no one was even breaking open there. But because he can just make an easy throw with his arm, with a flick of a wrist, he's able to not take a sack in the red zone, not put his team in a bad spot. I mean, that's a 10-yard loss that would have been. And just because he can flick his wrist and throw with distance, he saves his team there. There is so much to like about Will Levis as a NFL draft prospect. he's got the size, 6'3", 232 pounds. He's big. A lot of these quarterbacks who've been coming out, 6', 6'1", 215 pounds. I mean, he's a prototypical 6'3", 230 pounds. He's not only tall, but he's thick. And I think that's big. We've seen smaller quarterbacks come out and they've taken hits and they've gotten hurt. He's not a bad athlete. I didn't showcase any of his rushing ability or what, but we saw a lot of play action, a lot of boot looks. He's got that ability to get on the outside and make plays. He's got the quickness and the mobility that he can make second reaction plays, elude a defender in the box, and just his arm talent. Not only does he have the arm strength to push the ball down the field, to drive the ball into short areas, but he can throw with touch. He could throw with anticipation. And so you take his physical skills, he shows the ability, like I said, to throw with anticipation. But what I love the most is he's playing in a pro-style system. He's playing in the Shanahan-style offense. Half of the NFL is running the Shanahan offense. It's the most in vogue offense out there. And probably some team that's going to be picking early in the 2023 NFL draft is either going to be running that system or hiring someone to run that system. And so you have Will Levis coming in who doesn't have as big of a learning curve. A lot of the terminology may be the same. A lot of the plays may be the same that he has run this past year with Rich Scangarello, who's been an NFL offensive coordinator, was the quarterback's coach for Kyle Shanahan last year. The year before that, he played with Liam Cohen, who was with Sean McVay. Now is Sean McVay's offensive coordinator. He's played under center. He knows the zone running scheme. He's got all of that, plus his talent. And I'm not saying just because he's played in the system, he's a finished prospect. He's got some work to continue to do, but he's got a leg up. And I think when you put all of that stuff together, his ability to come in year one and be a starter, his physical traits, the mental side of the game, he's my number one quarterback in this class right now. Season's still early. There's a lot of time before the 2023 NFL draft, but when you compare him to CJ Stroud and to Bryce Young, I think he's got a lot, and he's going to be very enticing to these NFL teams, and I think he can be a guy that they definitely fall in love with, and it would not shock me if he's the number one overall pick in the 2023 NFL draft. All right, that's going to go ahead and wrap it up for this episode of the Film Room. Remember, the best way to get these is to subscribe, so hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for all the notifications, let you know when a new video comes out. While you're there, follow me on social media, draft_Brian. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, whatever it may be. Draft_Brian. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. And until next time.